Welcome to part 3 of our video lecture series on closing. Part 3 discusses the pre-close. The pre-close is merely a setup for the close that consists of one or two statements or questions preceding the close. A close is always required after a pre-close. Salespeople tend to have a few favorite pre-closes that they match with their favorite closes. The pre-close can be divided into 4 categories, which are informational pre-closes, associational pre-closes, positive emotional pre-closes, and negative emotional pre-closes. The informational pre-closes provide information before asking for the order. Examples are the summary pre-close, which lists the key benefits immediately before close. The balance sheet close that lists the positives and negatives in regard to the purchase, but the salesperson always makes sure there are twice as many positives versus negatives. The new benefits or statistics type of pre-closes provides new benefits or statistics right before requesting the purchase. Informational pre-closes tend to be effective with experienced buyers. They sort of expect them. And they're also good with analytical personalities. The more specific example of a summary pre-close is, so we agreed that our product will reduce your defects by 10%, as well as cut down on maintenance costs by 5%. When we combine these two cost reductions together, you will save over $200,000 a year. Let's get that paperwork started. The portion stating let's get that paperwork started is a direct assumptive command close that immediately followed our summary pre-close. Now, please pause your video and answer the first question for this video lecture in part 3, which is, which informational pre-close lists the key benefits before attempting to finalize the transaction? The associational pre-closes address how the product or service is working well for others. This pre-close makes reference to being the most popular or introduces referral letters or stories of success with businesses or individuals that the prospect is likely to respect. This pre-close tends to be effective with skeptical buyers or buyers with low interest, as well as with amiable personalities or expressive personalities. The field found is used in conjunction with an objection. So it's sort of a pre-close and an objection-solving process. So the example of this would be like in abbreviated form. I understand how you feel. In fact, Joe felt exactly the same way. However, after he finally used the product, he found blah, 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 blah. And that would be a field found pre-close. Okay. Now, please pause your video and answer the second question for this video lecture in part 3. Which is, which associational pre-close tells a story of a success as well as deals with an objection? Positive emotional pre-closes use free trials, visualizations of future benefits, pride of ownership, and the jealousy of others to elicit interest before finalizing the transaction. The puppy dog is based on the pet store free trial tactic that allows the customer to take the puppy home for free for the weekend. The salesperson tells the customer that if they do not love the puppy on Sunday, they can bring the puppy back on Monday. The puppy dog is used by business equipment salespeople, jewelry salespeople, etc., but sometimes is accompanied by a deposit of some type, etc. Okay? Positive emotional pre-closes tend to work well with low-interest buyers as well as with amiable personalities or expressive personalities. Now, please pause your video and answer the third question for this video lecture in part 3, which is, which positive emotional pre-closes uses a free trial? Negative emotional pre-closes use the fear of being left out, scarcity, and time-sensitive discounts to create urgency. These tend to be effective on inexperienced buyers who already have high interest levels and tend to be expressive personalities or driver personalities. The negative emotional pre-close is a dangerous tactic though, since if it fails, then the salesperson is likely to lose the sale. We frequently see scarcity and the prices going up and limited discount strategies, or time limited that is, in retail sales. For example, this is the last one we have in your size. You better buy it today because it won't be here tomorrow. Or the sale ends today. If you wait until tomorrow, it will cost you 30% more. Now pause your video and answer the fourth question for this video lecture in part 3, which is, negative emotional pre-closes are useful on what types of buyers? Now, if a close fails, then the salesperson must give the buyer some space and then attempt to re-engage the buyer. The salesperson needs to ask questions in order to ascertain the issues related to the rejection. Often after a bit of objection handling, the sales process can be resumed. Please refer to the objection handling section of the course for more details. Alright, this concludes our 3 video lectures on closing. Thank you for your attention.